So hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we'll be covering the version control. So basically these days Git is the most famous and widely used version control in the market, and we'll start from there only. So let me just show you what Git is. So if we type Git, not GitHub, just Git. So what is Git? So as you can see, let me go to the documentation first. Yep. Sorry. Yeah. So reference. So this is the site. This is the official Git site where you can find all the reference related to Git, like what is the command, how we can get started with the projects, how we can do basic snapshotting like adding git add command, git status, git diff, git commit, all of this. Then branching and merging, sharing and updating projects, how to push your code in a remote repository such as GitHub or GitLab, for example. Then we can do a hell lot of thing with Git, and Git being a version control is very crucial and very important for software development, because we at in our team or in a project, we don't do development as an individual developer, although we are assigned a particular task. But at the end of the day, it's a collaborative work, and we need a collaborative place where all of our code will be checked in, and each and every developer who wants to do some modification on this particular piece of code can fetch that code, can uh, apply their what do we say, modification on that code, and they can just push it back to the remote repository. So I have already installed Git in my system. Let me just show you. Yeah, so I just open my terminal, and I'll first show you the version of Git which I have installed. Extremely sorry, I missed S in there. Yeah, so it's 2.21.0. So let me just see. So I'll just go to my documents, and I'll go to sorry, I'll make a directory git underscore tutorials. Yep, go inside this. Yeah, so there is nothing right now, so we'll start from scratch. So you all of you might be thinking that to run Git or to use Git, we must have a GitHub repository, but that is not so. Even if you don't have any repository created, any remote repositories in GitHub or GitLab or any other version control version source repositories, we can start using Git in our local system as well. So let me just create project mkdir sample project. We'll go to sample project, sorry, sample project. Yep, so there is nothing in there. So uh, let me create a file. Okay, so file.js, let's say. Okay, so I have created one file.js. Let's say create one more file with index.js, and one more file with let's say index.html. Okay, so we have 3 files created now, but these files are just in my local directory. So I'll just tell you right now ki how can you convert your local directory into a Git directory, basically a repository. So we have one command which Git provide is to initialize a particular directory as a Git directory. So what we'll do is we'll do git init. Okay, so as you can see, it has replied key initialized empty Git repositories in users and the sample project which has .git. So if we do ls, okay, so since .git is a dot file, so it is ignored, it cannot be viewed in there. So if I go to my documents, let's say sorry, documents. Okay, and I'll go to Git tutorials, then sample project, and in here you cannot see the .git file because it's a hidden file, since it has an extension, sorry, not extension, as a prefix dot. So let me just do this git status. Okay, so git status is a command which will list out all those files which has been added, modified, or being changed or deleted. Whatever operations we do on a particular file, we create a file, we delete a file, we do a modification on a file, so all of this will be listed in here. So as you can see, we have created 3 files, which is file.js, index.js, and index.html. So all these 3 files are listed here, but all of them are coming as a red file, and um, it is printing it here like nothing added to commit, but untracked files present. It means whatever files we have created right now are are currently in an untracked stage. The Git basically is not tracking these files until unless we add this to a Git uh, system, so that Git will know, okay, these files have been newly created and this file has been added, so these files are not tracked. So whatever operations we'll do on these files, any modifications, that will be tracked by Git, and it will be uh, what do we say, yeah, it will be tracked. So there is one command which says add. So if we do git add and space and then dot, so what it will do, give whatever files which are untracked right now will be added to get. Okay, so okay, so now if we run again get status, now we can see changes to be committed is these 3 files, which with a prefix saying new file, new file, and new file. Okay, so now when we run this command git add space dot, so Git automatically knows कि there are these 3 files which have newly added, which was not tracked earlier, but since we have added it to Git systems, now Git knows about these files, and it is actually tracking it. So these are not yet committed, but these are the files which Git is tracking. So any modification on these files, okay, will be tracked by Git. So let me just commit this file. So git commit -m and then message, so new files added. So this command is basically git commit -m. So commit means that whatever files we have created or whatever modifications we have done in these files will be committed to Git. Okay, and -m symbolize ki the next set of parameters which are we going into this is the message for this commit. Okay, so if we do this, so as you can see, it says ki new files added, 3 files changed, 0 insertion, 0 deletions, and these are create mode, file.js, and some random number for. So this particular value is for a create mode. Okay, if we delete one of the file, then this particular value will change, which will be related to delete mode. So now if I do git status, we'll find nothing because we have nothing to commit, we have already committed these files. Okay, so now if we do git, sorry, log, so what it will print, it will print your git commit history. So right now I have only committed once, so that's why I can see that this is the commit ID for that particular file. I'm really sorry what happened, let me just sorry, yeah. So I'll do git status, so nothing to commit, then I'll do git log. So this is the commit ID which I have just committed for adding those 3 files, and it says head master. So since currently we have just initialized our repository, and when we initialized our directory as a git repository, so it will automatically treat that as a master. Okay, as a master branch. So if we do this git branch minus, sorry, git branch -a, it will list out all the branches this particular git repositories have. So currently we have not created any branch, so by default a master branch is created. Okay, so that's why it is showing we are currently on the master branch. Okay, so, as I told you, git log is to see the commits. Okay, it says the author, which is my name, the date and the time, and what was the commit message for this file. So there is a shorter version of checking the logs also, which are git log hyphen hyphen one line. So as you can see, these are more concise and more shorter form of commit information, which will just tell you about a commit id, the which branch it was committed to, and the message of that particular commit. And as you can see, this commit id is way smaller than the previous one. Okay, but it has the first 6 or 7 number from the commit id, and it will show you that. So so let's do any modification on those files. So let us open the documents maybe. Yeah, so let's just open this document. So I have this tutorials, then sorry, I have this tutorials, several projects, and then file.js. Okay, so let's just say function add get to number, and then we'll do console.log I plus b. Okay, and I'll just return a plus b. Okay, so don't bother about the code. So it's just to show you that I have recently added something. So if I go back here and I'll do git status, you'll see we are still in the branch master. Changes not staged for commit. Okay, so initially, if you remember, at this place it was coming as changes not committed or files not committed, and it was saying as untracked, but there is nothing untracked, like untracked or something is mentioned, because this particular file.js is already committed and git is aware about that file, and any change or any modification in this file, git will know about the changes, and it will just say, okay, this file has been modified and you need to commit it so that it would reflect in the git repository. So what I'll do first thing I'll do is git add dot. Okay, now if I do git status, it will be green colored because it has been added to git. Okay, now I'll do git commit minus m some modified file.js to have a add functionality, let's say. Okay, so it says one file change and 4 insertions. Okay, so if you see, we have 4 lines of code, so that's why 4 insertions in there. And now I'll do get log. Okay, so as you can see, the most recent comment is modification of the file.js. The previous comment was new files added. So this is how git works. So this was just an overview. We'll be covering in detail in the next session. So till then, just install git in your system and try to create a directory, try to add some files in that system, and then use git init command to convert that particular directory as a git directory, and then do all these operations. And we'll catch up in the next session. Bye bye.